Hi class, so nasa 5th module na tayo sa differential and integral calculus. So the 5th module is about the applications of differential calculus. So let's talk about first sa rates of change. So application nito ng differential calculus. In this section, we look at some applications of the derivative by focusing on the interpretation of the derivative as the rate of change of function. These applications include motion and velocity in physics, population growth rates in biology, and marginal functions in economics. So, let's focus sa motion topic ng physics. So, motion, when we have an object in motion, syempre meron yang position, meron yang velocity, and acceleration. So, let's first define position. Position describes an object's location relative to a reference point. So, madedescribe mo ang position ng isang bagay pag may reference kang point. So, for example, meron kang isang object or isang particle. How could we describe yung position niya? So, that one way is that, of course, kailangan mayroon kang reference point. So, example, ano natin siya sa x and y axis sa Cartesian plane. And gawin natin reference point niya is yung point 0, 0. So, using this, ma-describe natin ang kanyang position by setting or getting yung coordinates niya from the 0, 0 point ng Cartesian. So, this is yung x coordinate and then this is yung y coordinate niya. So, by doing this, since may reference point na siya, na-describe na natin yung position niya. And now, what is instantaneous position mean? It is the precise location of the object at a given moment, time. So yung instantaneous position is yung exact moment, the exact position ng object natin at a particular time. Ibig sabihin, kung meron kang function ng isang path ng isang object mo, kunwari this curve path, meron kang equation nito. So, let's call that equation as a function of x, or pwedeng sabihin a function of time. So, kung meron kang position yan, may function ka ng position, pwede mong makuha yung precise or exact location ng particle mo at any given time. Kunwari, time 1, meron ka dito, and then starting point mo doon, nag-start ka na time 0. So, at this point, time 1 ka, and then dito, time 2. So, you can get those position using your functions. So, next, velocity. Velocity is the rate of change of position with respect to time. Meron tayo, nung college tayo, nung high school tayo, meron tayong subject or may topic tayo sa physics about velocity. At ang equation pa natin ng velocity nun is simply distance over time. This is the average velocity. Formula ito ng average velocity. But now, ngayon sa calculus, we are going to talk about instantaneous velocity. Sabi niya, that is the velocity ng object at the specific time. At makukuha mo yon by deriving yung position function, which is this one. Pag nag-first derivative ka dito sa equation ng path mo, makukuha mo yung corresponding velocity ng iyong particle. And that is instantaneous velocity because that's the exact velocity ng object mo at this point, and at this point. So, specific siya. Hindi lang siya average na velocity. Exact velocity siya at that exact time of evaluation mo. At ito yung formula natin. Dinederive siya. It's the first derivative. So, next is acceleration. Acceleration is the rate of change naman ng velocity with respect to time. So, nung high school, ang formula natin sa acceleration is velocity per time. It's the change of velocity per time kasi. So, ngayon, we are going to talk about instantaneous acceleration. So, that is the exact acceleration ng body mo at that exact time. So, kung balikan natin ito, at time 0, at time 1, and time 2. So, sa time 1, meron ka dyan position, meron ka dyan velocity, at meron ka ding exact acceleration. At the same sa time 2, meron kang position dyan, exact position, may velocity, at may exact acceleration ka. Yun yung mga tinatawag nating instantaneous position, instantaneous velocity, and instantaneous acceleration, which we are able to get by derivative. So, makikita nyo dito sa acceleration, this one, nakukuha ang instantaneous acceleration by deriving naman yung velocity equation mo. Or that also means yung second derivative ng position function mo. Okay? So, let's write that. Acceleration is second derivative ng position mo. So, that is yung function mo, second derivative niya, acceleration yan. So, that is also, kung velocity equation ang meron ka, first derivative naman ng velocity equation mo. Per time. So, yun ang way para makuha si acceleration. So, dati nung college, ito naman yung sa acceleration, di ba? Change of velocity per change of time. This is yung formula para makuha si velocity. First derivative ng position function. And for acceleration, it is the first derivative ng velocity, or it is the second derivative ng position mo. Or acceleration is also yung second derivative ng position function mo. So, let's have an example. Suppose an object is moving along a line according to the position function na ito, where S is in meters and T in seconds. What is the object's instantaneous velocity at 2 seconds? So, given yung position function, so, ilagay natin siya, position, velocity, and then acceleration. Kapag meron kang position function, makukuha mo yung velocity by first derivative. And then, para makuha mo si acceleration from the position function, edi second derivative ka. So, what if meron kang velocity equation or function, makukuha mo si acceleration by first derivative ng velocity mo. Okay? So, for this example, given ang position function. So, let's write the position function. So, first derivative niyan is the velocity, instantaneous velocity. So, let's derive. So, that is 2. Baba mo yung exponent na to doon. So, magiging 2 times 2. And then, kunin mo yung variable. And then, minusan mo ng 1 ang exponent. The next term, that is 3. And then, yung variable mo. And then, minusan mo ng 1. And then, derivative of a constant na 1 is 0. So, simplify natin yung function. First derivative ng position function is equal to, so this is 4. And then, ito, magiging 1 na lang. So, that's just t na lang, no? So, 3, ito naman, ano mangyayari dyan? Kapag exponent mo ay 0, you are just equal to 1. And then 0, wala na siya. So, ito ang velocity equation. So, write natin, velocity is equal to t plus 3. Ito ang velocity equation. So, meron na tayong velocity equation, that is instantaneous velocity equation. So, we can get na si instantaneous velocity at 2 seconds by substituting yung 2 seconds dito sa variable t. So, let's get yung velocity at 2 seconds. So, this is now equal to 11 ang velocity niya. What is the unit? Binigay niya yung unit doon. So, meter per seconds. This is now our instantaneous velocity after 2 seconds. So, kung gusto mo kunin, ipapakuha yung acceleration nito. How do you get yung acceleration at 2 seconds? So, to get the acceleration, you can second derivative si function equation, which is this one. I-second derivative mo siya. Or, that also means na kung may velocity equation ka na, i-first derivative mo tong velocity equation. Since meron tayong velocity equation, di ba? So, we can just first derivative yung velocity equation. That will be acceleration na. So, let's get the velocity equation. Ito yun. So, v is equal to 4t plus 3. So, first derivation is equal na yan sa acceleration, instantaneous. So, paano derivation yan? This is 4. And then, yung variable. Then, minusan mo ng 1 ang kanyang exponent. And then, derivative of a constant is 0. So, let's simplify. This is now v prime or first derivative ng velocity equation is equal to acceleration. And then, let's simplify this. This is just 4. Since ito ay 0, so this term is 1 na lang dito. Okay, so 4 na lang ang natira and then 0 na yan. So, 4 ang acceleration. So, what's the unit? It is meter per second squared. So, anong ibig sabihin nito? At 2 seconds, evaluate natin ano ang acceleration at 2 seconds. So, since since ang acceleration equation natin is just 4, so, ito ang acceleration natin. It is equal to 4. This is, pusa. So, this is your acceleration equation. So, paano mo makukuha ang acceleration at 2 seconds? Evaluate natin ang acceleration at 2 seconds. So, since itong equation na to is just equal to a constant, ibig sabihin, your acceleration at 2 seconds is 4. And then, what's the unit? Meter per seconds. So, constant na yung acceleration, ibig sabihin. So, next example. Next example, consider a car moving a track described by the position function. So, given ulit ang position function where S is in kilometers and T is in hours. Find the car's instantaneous velocity at 1 hour. So, the same thing. Sulat lang natin ulit. May position ka, may velocity and acceleration. Kung may position function ka, first derivative is your velocity. Kapag may function ka ng position, second derivative nun ay acceleration. Or kung meron kang velocity equation, first derivative nun is your acceleration. Okay? So, So, let's find yung instantaneous velocity, 1 hour. So, get the function. So, derive natin siya once to get the instantaneous velocity equation. So, S prime. So, how do we derive? So, baba mo yung exponent, then variable, then yung exponent niya, minusan mo ng 1. Next term is negative, then constant niya, and then variable is t, and then yung exponent niya, minusan mo ng 1. And then next term is a constant, derivative of constant is 0. Let's simplify this. So, wag na natin isulat yun. Since this is the first derivative of the position function, this is your velocity. So, simplifying, this is 15. And then t, ang exponent niya is 2 na lang. And then this is 7. And then 1 na lang to, so wala na. Then wala na yung 0. So, this is your velocity equation or function. So, evaluate mo daw siya at t na 1 hour. So, substitute lang natin yung 1 dito sa variable na t. So, v is equal to 15 times 1 naka-raise to 2 iyon minus 7. So, this is equal to 15 minus 7. It is equal to 8. That is the magnitude ng yung velocity. And then, units is kilometer per hour. So, what if gusto natin kunin si acceleration niya? So, gawin natin yung 2 times natin siyang i-derive si function, no? Yung nauna example, from velocity equation, nag-first derivative lang tayo mula sa kanya. Pero actually, it's the same lang yun. Pero ipakita lang natin. So, what is the position function? Ay, 9. So, first derivative, 5 times 3. And then, t is 2 na lang, minus 7. So, 0 naman na yan. So, second derivative nito is, that is 15 times 2. Bababa mo yung exponent na 2. And then, t na lang yun. And then, 0 na si 7. So, this is your acceleration equation. And double check, is it the same? I missed something. So, ito na yung acceleration equation. Then, check mo, the first derivative ng position function is actually the velocity, diba? To counter check, ito yung dapat. They should be equal, which is okay naman. Equal sila. 15t squared minus 7. So, check. Now, ito na yung acceleration equation. So, what is the acceleration at t equals 1 hour? So, substitute natin ang 1 hour dito sa t na to. So, it's 30 times 1. So, acceleration at 1 hour is 30. What's the unit? Kilometer per hour squared. Squared dito. So, next example. A ball is dropped from a height of 64 feet. Its height above ground. Seconds later, its height above ground in feet t. Seconds later is given by the function. Ito. So, itong function na to is yung function ng path downwards ng ano natin, ng ball. Yung path ng ball yan. So, this is your position equation or position function. So, pinapahanap niya instantaneous velocity of the ball when it hits the ground. So, pinapahanap niya ang instantaneous velocity. So, automatic. That is the first derivative ng position function, wherein position function mo is ito. So, first derivative natin siya. So, first derivative of this function is negative 16. Ibaba natin yung 2 and then your variable. And then minusan mo ng 1 ang kanyang exponent. Next term is 64. Derivative ng constant is 0. So, ignore na yun. This is negative 32t na lang. This is the velocity equation. So, gusto niyang pakuha yung instantaneous velocity ng ball. Pero, wala tayong time of evaluation. Wala tayong pang substitute dito. So, where can we find yung time? So, wala pa tayong, hindi naman natin magagamit yung 64 feet. So, ang pwede natin gamiting situation is yung sa sentence na to na the ball when it hits the ground. So, when the ball hits the ground, ang kanyang position relative dito is 0. Wala na siyang distance. Kasi dito, yung sinabi niya, 64 ang height. Dito, 0 na siya. So, ibig sabihin, since this is the position function, if we equate this to 0, that is actually yung gustong situation ng problem. Yun yung pinapahanap niya. So, let's equate this function, position function, to 0. That is equal to negative 16 t squared plus 64. So, since equal to 0 na lang to, ang unknown na lang natin dito sa equation is t. So, let's isolate t. So, makukuha natin si time. How do we isolate t? Transpose natin ito to the other side of the equation. So, magpa-positive na lang siya. So, transpose equals positive na siya since nag-transpose tayo. So, ayun yung equation. Next, let's isolate si t. So, how do we do that? Divide tayo ng 16 on both sides. At since naka-squared pa siya, kailangan nating i-square root ito para cancel na yan. Cancel na din to. So, naiwan na si t. So, this is equal to 2 seconds. So, the ball hits the ground at 0 level at 2 seconds. Now, meron na tayong pang-evaluate para makuha ang instantaneous velocity when the ball hits the ground. That is level 0. So, substitute na natin yung time na 2 seconds dito sa instantaneous velocity equation. Substitute. This is 2. So, our instantaneous velocity at 2 seconds is negative 64. What is the unit? Feet per seconds. This is your velocity when you hit the ground, and that is after 2 seconds. So, it is negative kasi from the starting point, downward siya. So, negative. Then next, pinapahanap niya yung average velocity during its fall. So, how do we get average ng mga quantities? Diba, kapag nag-average tayo, we sum up all the quantities and then i-divide dun sa number ng mga quantities na sinum up mo. So, for this problem, we only have 2 quantities ng velocity. Kinukuhaan natin ng average yung velocity. So, meron lang tayong 2 quantity ng velocity. That is yung starting velocity nung nag-start siya dito and yung velocity niya dito. Nakuha na natin yung velocity niya when it hit the ground dito. So, what is the velocity dito sa start point niya? Since the ball is just dropped, that means 0 velocity ang ball sa starting point, dun sa 64 feet above the ground. So, from that, makukuha na natin yung average. So, dalawa lang yung average natin, starting and end point na velocity divided by 2. Kasi dalawa lang nga lang yung velocity natin. So, average velocity is equal to starting velocity is 0 minus st plus yung end velocity which is negative 64. Ito siya. Nakuha natin yan. And then divided by 2. So, that is equal to negative 32 feet per second. Yun yung average niya. Average velocity niya habang nahuhulog siya. Last example, a particle moves along a coordinate axis in the positive direction to the right. Its position at time t is given by, so position equation ulit, with reference sa t or time. So find the velocity when t is 1 second, and then find the acceleration when t is also 1 second. And use these values to answer the questions below. Okay, let's find muna yung dalawa, si velocity and acceleration. So get our function. Then first derivative nito is the velocity. So let's get the first derivative. So it's 3t squared minus 4. And then ito na yung velocity equation mo. And then from here, i-second derivative natin siya to get the acceleration function. Ito ka, second derivative na natin siya, no? So 3, 2, and then t minus 4. So ito na lang. This is acceleration equation. So ngayon, kakunin natin yung at t 1 second. Okay? So substitute natin yung 1. So this is 3, then 1 squared minus 4. This is equal to negative 1. And then acceleration, substitute natin yung 1. So acceleration is 6. So wala siyang unit, no? Okay lang. Pinapa-evaluate lang ni problem yung behavior ng natin, ng particle. So ngayon nakuha na natin sila. Na-solve na natin to. Next are yung questions niya. So question A is the particle moving from left to right or from right to left at time t1. Okay, at time t1, it is negative 1. So, negative, that means yung direction, di ba? And then positive, yung 1 is the magnitude ng speed niya. So, how do we know if ano yung movement niya, left to right or right to left? So, let's evaluate nasaan ba siya nung time 0 para may reference tayo kung saan ba siya galing. So, to get yung time 0, this one, we can use the position. Let's find out anong position niya at time 0 using the position function. So, let's set. So, evaluate natin siya at initial time which is 0. So, magiging 0 raised to 3 minus 4 times 0 plus 2. So, this 0, 0. So, position niya is 2. This is the position. So, since sinabi naman ng problem, ang movement daw ng particle is along one coordinate lang. So, straight line. Either vertical or horizontal. It doesn't matter. So, let's just evaluate sa horizontal or sa x-axis. Sabihin natin ito yung 0. So, since position niya is 2, so, and it is positive, so 1, 2, nandito yung particle natin at time 0. So, at time 1, nasaan ang particle natin? Evaluate natin yung function at time equals to 1. Dito ko na lang ilalagay. let's find yung position at time 1. So, t is 1, 3 minus 4 times 1 plus 2. So, this is equal to negative 1. So, ito yung position niya sa time na 1 second. And then, ang position niya at time 2. Let's just check. 2 cube minus 4 times 2 plus 2. This is 8. This is 8. And then 2. So, positive 2. So, label, this is time 2. This is time 1. This is time 0. So, kung i-plot natin yung particle, ito yung time 0, nasa positive 2 siya. And then, at time 1, nasa negative 1 siya. This is times equal to 1. And then, on time 2 seconds, bumalik siya sa coordinate na 2. Ito. So, let me just plot. So, from dito, time 0, gumanan siya, time 1, and then time 2 ulit siya dito. Ganun yung behavior niya. So, let's answer letter A. Nung movement niya ng time 1, edi siya ay, right to left siya. Ano daw yung movement niya? So, it is from right, it went to the left. And then, is the particle speeding up or slowing down nung time 1 second or time 1? So, since itong velocity is negative velocity, acceleration is positive, the conclusion is it is slowing down. Bakit siya slowing down? Dahil si velocity is negative, so it is moving at a certain speed going to the left. Pero si acceleration is, direction niya is opposite ng velocity. So that means slowing down siya. So masasabi mong speeding up siya kung dapat negative din si acceleration. Ibig sabihin, they both go on one direction. So, speeding si acceleration nun. Okay? So, for answer sa letter B, it is slowing down.